If you've been feeling anxious, on edge, emotionally exhausted, or like your body's always bracing for something, then this video is for you. A lot of people think they just need to stop worrying, try harder, pray more, or think more positively. But sometimes the issue is deeper than that. Sometimes your nervous system has learned to live in survival mode, and when that happens, you can actually love God, know truth, want peace in your life, and still feel unsettled in your body. That can be very discouraging. You may find yourself wondering, why do I still feel this way? Why does my body react so strongly? Why do I feel tense, tired, or overwhelmed, even when nothing dramatic is happening right now? And if you're a Christian, sometimes you may also add shame to that and start asking, shouldn't I have more peace in my life by now? But healing your nervous system is not a lack of faith. It's a part of caring for the whole person God created you to be. If we haven't met, I'm Eddie Trauber. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and on this channel, I help Christians navigate grief, anxiety, and other hidden struggles through a Christian therapist lens. And in this video, I want to talk to you about what it means to heal your nervous system and how to begin doing that in a way that's practical, grounded, and consistent with your faith. When we talk about the nervous system, we're talking about the body's way of detecting safety or danger and preparing you to respond in an appropriate way. When your nervous system senses danger, it can move into fight, flight, or freeze mode. That might look like racing thoughts, it might be tightness in your chest, shallow breathing, irritability, restlessness, numbness, exhaustion, shutting down, or feeling like you're always on guard. The hard part is that your nervous system can learn these patterns over time. Stress, trauma, grief, chronic pressure, emotional pain, unstable environments, and long seasons of fear can train your body to stay ready for danger. So even when you're no longer in the same situation, your body may still act like it needs to protect you. That means healing your nervous system is not about becoming emotionally impressive. It's about helping your body to relearn safety. And that usually happens slowly, not instantly. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to heal the nervous system with only thoughts. Thoughts matter, of course. Truth matters. Scripture matters. But if your body's activated, it may not respond right away to just reasoning. Sometimes your body needs repeated experiences of safety before it starts to believe that it can let go of constant vigilance. Let me give you a simple framework. If you want to heal your nervous system, you need to think in terms of three things: rhythm, safety, and repetition. Healing often begins with rhythm. Your nervous system responds well to steadiness. That includes regular sleep, regular meals, slower breathing, consistent routines, walking, sunlight, rest, and margin. I know that doesn't sound dramatic, but it matters a lot. A chaotic body often needs gentle rhythm before it can trust peace. For many people, healing starts with asking a very basic question. Am I sleeping enough? Am I overcommitted? Am I constantly rushing? Am I living with no margin? Am I carrying stress all day without any reset? Sometimes the nervous system's not just wounded, it's exhausted, and exhausted systems struggle to feel safe. A second part of healing is learning how to notice activation earlier. Many people don't realize that they're dysregulated until they're already flooded. They only notice once they're spiraling, shutting down, or reacting strongly. But healing often involves learning your early signs. Maybe for you, it's jaw tension. Maybe it's a pit in your stomach. Maybe it's irritability, racing thoughts, shallow breathing, or the urge to withdraw. When you start to recognize those signals earlier, you can respond sooner and more gently. That's important because a regulated life is not a life where you never get activated. It's a life where you recover more effectively. Another key part of healing the nervous system is learning to send your body signals of safety. And that's where people sometimes feel confused. They think, if I'm not safe, then I shouldn't tell myself that I'm safe. But that's not really the goal. The goal is not denial. The goal is helping your body to notice what's actually true in the present moment. For example, if you're sitting in your home and your body feels like something terrible is about to happen, you might simply pause and gently orient yourself to the room around you. You might notice the chair beneath you, your feet on the floor, the light coming in through the window, the sound of the air conditioner running, the fact that in this moment you're sitting here and breathing. That kind of grounding helps the nervous system to shift out of imagined danger and back into into present reality. And from a Christian perspective, this can also become a way of being present with God, not in a forced or artificial way, but in a grounded way. You can say, Lord, help me receive this moment. Help my body to slow down. Help me to remember that you're here with me and that I'm safe. And that's often a more helpful prayer than shaming yourself for being activated. Healing also involves reducing unnecessary internal warfare. A lot of anxious people don't just feel dysregulated, they fight themselves for being dysregulated. They tense up against the tension. They judge themselves for feeling overwhelmed. They panic about their panic. And that adds a second layer of stress to an already stressed system. If you want to heal your nervous system, one of the most important shifts is learning to respond to yourself with less alarm. Instead of, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? I should be over this by now. Try system feels activated right now. I need to slow down. I need to help my body settle. I don't need to make this worse by attacking myself. That may sound simple, but it's deeply important. A harsh inner world rarely helps a stressed nervous system to heal. Another part of healing the nervous system is movement. Not punishing movement, not running the Boston Marathon, not frantic movement, not getting all excited and running around, but gentle, steady movement that helps your body to discharge stress and reconnect with itself. Walking is one of the best examples. Slow walks, especially outside, can be deeply regulating. Stretching can help also. Gentle mobility can help. Even shaking out your arms and loosening up your shoulders can help interrupt your body's stress pattern. The body often needs a way to complete what stress has started, and this movement helps to do that. And then there's breath. Breath is one of the most accessible ways to influence your nervous system. When anxiety rises up, breathing often becomes shallow and tight, and that pattern reinforces the stress response. But when you slow your breathing, and especially lengthen your exhale, you begin to send a different signal to your body. You don't need to breathe in some perfect way. You just need to avoid joining the panic. A gentle inhale through the nose and a slower exhale through the mouth can begin to create space. It's not magic, but it's one of the body's built-in calming tools. Healing the nervous system also means taking seriously what has shaped it. For some people, this is not just about current stress, it's about old pain, trauma, grief, betrayal, chronic fear, emotional neglect, and years of holding everything together can all leave marks on your body. If that's part of your story, you may need more than self-help tips. You may need grief work. You may need trauma-informed therapy. You may need support untangling what your body learned a long time ago. And that's not weakness, that's wisdom. Sometimes people are frustrated because they keep trying to calm a nervous system that has a very real reason for being on guard. Healing requires compassion for that history. It requires understanding that your body's not trying to ruin your life, it's trying to protect you with strategies it learned in pain. That's why healing's not just about suppressing symptoms, it's about building safety, stability, and trust over time. I also want to say something important for Christians here. Healing your nervous system is not about replacing God with techniques. It's not choosing therapy over faith. It's not becoming self-focused in an unhealthy way. It's simply recognizing that God made you as an embodied person and your body actually matters. Sometimes Christians think that they have to choose between spiritual help and practical help, but I don't believe that. I think prayer and wisdom belong together. I think that scripture and nervous system care belong together. I think that faith and skill can work together beautifully. You can breathe slowly and pray. You can go for a walk and talk to God. You can practice grounding while meditating on truth. You can seek therapy while trusting Christ. These things don't compete with faith. They can become part of how healing unfolds in your life. If I were to make this very practical, I would say healing your nervous system starts with a few simple commitments. Start paying attention to your body without fear. Build small daily rhythms that support steadiness. Practice calming skills before you're in full panic. Reduce self-attack when you feel activated. Move your body gently and consistently. Make space for grief and unresolved pain if they're part of your story. And then let your relationship with God become a place of refuge rather than pressure. That last part matters a lot. For many people, even their spiritual life becomes another place of striving. They feel like they have to perform peace, prove trust or hide their weakness, but healing grows where honesty is allowed. God is not asking you to pretend your body is calm when it isn't. He invites truth. He invites dependence. He invites you to come as you are. So if your nervous system has been worn down, overwhelmed, or stuck in survival mode, I want to encourage you today. Healing is possible, but it's usually gentle, slow work. And it's also, I believe, holy work, because it involves learning how to live with greater peace, greater honesty, and greater care inside the life God has given you. You don't need to despise your body to be spiritual. You don't need to shame your symptoms to grow, and you don't need to fix everything overnight to begin healing. Sometimes the first step is simply this: stop treating your nervous system like an enemy and start caring for it like something entrusted to you. Now, if this video helped you, I'd love for you to like and subscribe. And if you want, I can do a follow-up video on signs that your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, daily habits that regulate anxiety, or how grief affects the body and your nervous system. Just let me know in the comments below what would be helpful. I'm glad you're here. See you next time.